Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for June 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for June. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Well, I can't believe we're here already in June, but here we are. Time is flying on by, and it has been a bit of a roller coaster year, but are you prepared to go a little bit faster? Is that even possible right now? Because this month is all about evolution and drastic change. Uranus, a planet born out of chaos, enters center stage this month to really shake things up a little bit, so hold on to your hats as life is going to throw a few curveballs into the mix. Now this can, of course, be personally or also on a global scale. What's new when it comes to the global scale? Because we're seeing a lot of curveballs recently, but on a personal level, you are making an important change this month that positively affects your future. Now, for some of you, this could be decluttering your life in some way, relocating, or thinking about where you truly belong in the world. Also, lots of new focuses that make your heart really sing and make your mind feel at peace, to release pressure and finally put your own happiness first. Now, of course, some of you may also be detoxifying or ending cycles of repeat that no longer serve a purpose in your world. There has been a lot of heavy energy recently, which will lift slightly at the beginning of June. I would say the first 10 to 12 days are super positive for the collective on a personal level as Mars enters Aries. And this is a very passionate partnership, amplifying ambition, new energy, focus, and really accelerates the pace to rise up and overcome any obstacles or challenges that you've been experiencing and really tap into that energy of success and achievement. I would also say watch out for the 6th of June because that energy day is very critical. So there could be like a hotbed of crisis or some sort of event, perhaps globally, that would be a little bit difficult to navigate, for example. So just watch out for the 6th because I'm just feeling that it could be a day where there is just a little bit of extra pressure, okay, and not in a positive way. But the rest of the days are going to be super positive there, okay? Now, it is a perfect month to launch that new vision, that new business idea, sustain momentum on the current goals that you have, and really be proud of your efforts. You may even, encounter a romantic, passionate experience this month, especially since Venus reappears, enhancing romantic opportunities and deepening current connections. Now also Jupiter, planet of good luck and prosperity, also makes a grand entrance to soften any hardships or tension, and it can lead to brief and very positive financial shifts on a personal level. However, these alignments may cause a bit of a push and pull though, because they are all jostling with a very chaotic Uranus energy, and that can lead to some crisis negotiation talks, especially around the world. But for you, it could mean that there is a really honest, open conversation or a difficult conversation that you have to navigate this month. Also, sudden changes or course corrections, both personally and in terms of world events, could also occur at this time. We are entering a very complex time this month as Uranus, it really makes its presence known, and it is a planet of shocking change, especially in and around the 18th of June. This could bring some surprise news or some rude awakenings regarding future plans when it comes to finances, or plans that are to come that will change the collective forever. We may experience some news there. Also, I do feel that this month in particular is going to be a bit of a mixed bag of a little bit of pressure with some pockets of positivity, because we will be navigating through this Gemini season with a lot of fluctuations, but we will come out the other end of June with our focus firmly shifting more on, the people that we really care about, our soul tribe, our family, deepening those connections to offer support and stability and to move forward for a brighter future. Now, I want you to be aware that although this month it offers some level of pressure, we can view pressure as being positive or negative. Pressure can actually be a shaper of worlds, directing your energy into a positive influence to change your reality in some way. Because sometimes, when we are feeling comfortable in our life, it requires a level of pressure or a feeling that something needs to change before we actually do anything about it. So pressure can actually be an indication or a gauge that something isn't quite right and that we need to affect change, or we need to take the initiative to do something to change our circumstances. So I just want you to be aware that all of this heavy energy that's flowing about, it can actually be used to your advantage. So it's there for you to tap into. Now, I want you to be also aware that your fourth house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and this is all about stability. It's about your home life, all things domestic. So you may feel called to do a little bit of DIY or decluttering the home space, maybe even giving a room a lick of paint, or just reorganizing the furniture, or doing a spring clean, even though it's not spring. Well, we're supposed to be moving into summer now, I think, or we're in summer. It doesn't feel like it. There's a lot of weird weather events going on, but the energy that you've got from your fourth house really is about making your home space your sanctuary, or thinking big and philosophical thoughts about where you feel like you truly belong. And that's not just in terms of home, it's about where your soul yearns to be, okay? Also, family responsibilities this month, really checking in with the people who are nearest and dearest to you and making sure that they're good, or that, some of you have responsibilities, you are a carer, or, you just have tasks that you do for other people. So that will be at the fore this month. Also, this is really about analyzing your journey, the direction that you're heading in, and processing the next steps that you want to take, and creating, of course, a very secure foundation for you and your family for the future, both in terms of emotional well-being, but also financial security there as well. So these will be the thoughts that are kind of like popping in and out of your mind. Also, a lot of you will be seeking grounding this month. So some of you getting out into nature, really trying to find a way to reconnect and to ground your energy so that you can be open to new ideas, new possibilities, and just feel like you are operating from a very clear, grounded space. Also, your 11th house is influencing you at the end of the month, and this is really exciting because that's your house of hopes and wishes, your dreams coming true. So this is a perfect time to set an intention and watch the universe deliver people or opportunities to help you. And some of you may feel a little bit more sociable than usual this month and desire to connect to social circles or network for business, or, book things that are really interesting that you haven't seen before or done before. Some of you may go out there and go to a festival, for example, or book a really exciting event in the near future that you want to connect to. Something to look forward to is what I'm feeling there. Also, if you are someone who's in business, this is a perfect time to elevate and put your ideas into practice. The internet also works really well for you when the 11th house is influencing, because some of you could set up like an online business that will be very lucrative financially, and it may even be from home is what I'm seeing there as well. But looking at your overarching energy, this month is about you being seen, getting out into the spotlight, being appreciated for who you are and what you do. But also I feel like you're reaching for something. Literally with the Sun card. The Sun card is all about success. Now, this can be personal success. It could be personal developments, seeing, the results of all of your hard work. And, we've got the Ten of Swords here, and we've got the Tower, and we've got illumination. So this is a big month of change for you. And, although the Tower is in your protagonist energy, I want you to be aware that this is you affecting change, okay? When the Tower is in the protagonist energy, it means you are a tower of power and that you are kind of like under construction. You're making some major, bold moves in your life to change something, to liberate yourself out of an energy of feeling stuck, okay? It's interesting. I'm being given a word here. So random, this word. I'm being given a word, bottleneck. Bottleneck, okay? I'm going to spell it for you. It's really random. BOTTLENECK. Okay, bottleneck. Okay. Now, what does that mean? I'm being given an energy that, it's like when things come to a standstill or where things feel like they've ground to a halt. So some of you may be feeling a little bit stuck right now or in limbo, perhaps. I'm getting an energy like a point of congestion where there is a delay. So that could be like delays in workflow or delays in traffic or delays in your progress. Perhaps you're feeling that you're going round and round in circles in life right now, that you're investing so much time and energy because this is you bringing the energy in your life, even though you're feeling exhausted. The Knight of Cups and the Hangman, it's like part of you, it's like you need to revitalize your spirits because you're feeling low energy or you're feeling, this is a card that is like you're reaching for motivation, but still you just feel like nothing changes or everything stays the same. And you're feeling a little bit depleted or a little bit disappointed or disenchanted is the word I'm being given. But bottleneck is such a really random word. So maybe this is something that is relevant to you in some way. Perhaps some of you are setting up like a business and you're calling it bottleneck, or perhaps it's a business you're going to deal with, or it can indicate that there's not enough to meet demands. So if you are, for example, someone who has your own business, you're an entrepreneur, you may experience, and I don't like to say this, but you may experience some sort of like delay in productivity, or perhaps, maybe there are a lot of people off and sick in the work environment, or perhaps, due to unforeseen circumstances, something is delayed. So, I feel there's delays here. You've got the Hangman in the resistance position. These delays won't last long. Things will start picking up pace in the middle of June, but at the beginning of June, there may be some delays there. So I don't like to give that. If you're traveling, there could be some delays because I'm being given it's like a place where a road becomes narrow and it meets another road so that the traffic slows down or stops, causing a bit of a traffic jam. So, such a random word to get, but perhaps that's how you're feeling right now. You feel like, you know the direction you want to head in, but something has slowed down or it's come to a halt, or you feel, due to unforeseen circumstances, forces beyond your control have brought things to a slower pace and you're not so happy about it, but things will pick up pace. You've got the Page of Wands at the end of June, which suddenly means new news, new energy, helps you spring into action either on a new idea or a new project. And I feel like you've been given a bit of a pause to replenish your spirits, but also your batteries, recharge, and, really energize this month. So some of you, basically, I would say, take some time off or, take a break. And you may not be able to do that, of course, but I feel this is about recognizing that sometimes we're given like a brick wall or a traffic jam, for example, for us to slow down, for us to really like be conscious that we need a rest or, contemplate that perhaps there's an easier way of doing something. So, sometimes, we see that locked door or that brick wall and we think, you know what, I got to smash through that. But actually, of course, you will get access to what's on the other side in divine timing. Sometimes those brick walls or those doors have been left there for us to just lean against it and just rest for a moment, because life is hard. And I see that you're doing life as much as possible. It's really hard here. You've got a 9 of Swords here. You've got a Two of Swords. There's a Knight of Cups in the resistance position. You've got a Ten of Swords. So that means something difficult has ended for you, and it just feels like a very difficult period that you've been going through. But there is respite. The Sun card indicates that there is a brighter day to look forward to, especially since you've got the Star there as well. The Sun also indicates illumination. So lots of epiphanies, realizations this month of how to do something easier, or how to find an easier way, or identifying the reason why things have slowed down. So, for example, if you have been trying to relocate and you've put like papers out there to get a visa, or you've had to get like a passport or something like that, and you've been like, okay, you know what, I sent these things off ages ago. Why is it taking so long? There's a backlog, obviously, is what I'm being given here with that bottleneck energy, and it feels like the flow will be lifted in June. So things start to get processed a little bit quicker. So if you've been experiencing any delay in news or any delay in something important to you, I'm being shown important documents right now. So these could be something that you signed and sent off. For some of you, it could be like divorce papers, or it could be, a legal document, or perhaps it's like that you've booked a vacation and you're told that perhaps there's a delay in the flight, or perhaps there's, some sort of issue that comes in that you're emailed about, because we've got the Hierophant there, which means you're going to be told about it. Okay, you're going to learn about it. You're going to hear news about it. So I feel whatever this delay is, and I hate giving this message, but I have to give it because it's there. Whatever delay it is, you'll be informed about it, and you may feel frustrated about it, but know that it will not last long, that actually it has happened for a reason. And I feel that reason is to align you with some sort of divine timing, because everything has a time and a place. And for example, and I'm just going to give you for an example, for example, many years ago, because they're showing me in the water, okay, many years ago, I was meant to catch a train, okay, and I got stuck in traffic, and I was fuming that this traffic jam that didn't have to happen. It was like this huge lorry that was delivering something, and instead of just parking to the side of the sidewalk and giving the rest of the traffic time to, and space to move to the side, it parked like literally nearly in the middle of the road, and nobody could get through, and it was just frustrating. So I missed that train, and I was really, like, as I said, fuming at the time. And I got the next train, of course, so it wasn't like a disaster, but I was delayed, and the place I was going to meant I was going to be late. So I was a little bit cross, but I, informed everybody ahead of time, I'm going to be a bit late, stuck in traffic. And actually, when I got off that train and I went into the train station, the rail station, I actually bumped into someone that I hadn't seen for a long time. And I really missed that person, but we lost touch due to certain circumstances, and suddenly we were like, oh my gosh. And in a sea of like thousands of people in this rail station, we bumped into each other. But if I'd caught the other train, I wouldn't have bumped into that person. So then suddenly I realized why I was meant to be delayed, why I was meant to, be a little bit cross, but it was worth it because we reconnected. So sometimes we're not aware of why the universe wants to delay us until the moment becomes apparent. So that's just coming through there. So I feel there's something here. It could be that you're about to meet somebody who's really important for your career, or really important for your life, or, offers some information that perhaps, is going to be instrumental to your progress and your success. So, whatever delay this is, I'm going to move on from this, but it's obviously an important thing for June for you, but it actually leads you to something that you're meant to experience, okay? So I'm just going to move on. The Sun card is a card of positivity. Okay, and this is your overarching energy. I feel like you've been holding it all together. You're still trying to be super positive, even though some of you may be going through a tower moment and the Ten of Swords. Something is crumbling, okay? But also some of you are seeing through something that perhaps you felt, doesn't need to be in your life anymore, or something that you believed for so long that suddenly you're like seeing it from a different angle, and you're like, I can't believe this, and it just feels like everything's crumbling down. Okay, so I feel there's a major realization, a major period of personal development and growth going on here. It's like an awakening, okay? So you're seeing something with new eyes in the month of June, and it may be something that, you have already started to experience. So it could be that someone has shown their true colors to you and you're suddenly seeing them in a new light, and you're breaking down all that you thought of this person before, like the conversations that you had in the past. So for example, there's the Hierophant there, and we've got the Knight of Cups. For some of you, if you're going through like a period of separation or heartbreak, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, because I know it is a very, very difficult time, very painful. And everybody's experience is different, of course. But some of you may be like looking at this person from a different viewpoint now. And you may be going over old conversations to wonder, did they really mean that? What do they mean by that? This person, they actually did have feelings for you. There's a lot of love there, okay? So whatever has happened, I feel there's this energy of recognizing that you are loved and were loved in this situation. And it's almost like, don't break down every single thing that you experienced in the past, because the present moment is crumbling away, okay? Because all those things that happened in the past doesn't mean that they were false, okay, is what I'm picking up on. That's a very profound thought, but obviously someone out there may be experiencing this at this time. But moving away with respect from that energy, I feel this is about you seeing how strong you are in tough times. Okay, you really are someone who is a tower of power. The Tower is not a negative card. It's actually a card that highlights where you've been feeling stuck. So these two cards indicate that, yes, you're exhausted, and some of you may feel that you've been going round and round in circles with something or even somebody, and you just feel like there's no traction, or you feel it's come to a halt. That's exactly what the bottleneck obviously means there. I just realized that. But the Tower indicates that now you're liberating yourself out of something, okay? So this is a very, very positive time, because half the battle is identifying where you're feeling frustrated in your life, or where you're feeling that something isn't making progress. And then you set to change it. The Ten of Swords is like, right, I got to stop this, or I got to end this, or I need to change this. The Ten of Swords is a card of struggle, but it's also a card of an epiphany, of a realization that something is ending, and, now it's a way of responding differently to this challenging situation. And you are liberating yourself out of this stuck time. So I definitely see that there's some exciting times ahead here, because you're learning about something in your life that you feel it's the end of the road. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. It's the end of the road for either this toxic situation or a person or a place. Something big is ending here for you, and now you're rebuilding. So you're rebuilding back stronger than ever. Remember, sometimes we don't always have to hold it all together. Sometimes we can confide in a person close to us that actually, you know what, sometimes I'm struggling. And sometimes we are. Not everybody is positive. Everybody doesn't have a positive day. We all go through fluctuations and cycles of change, of rebuilding, of, having realizations, or trying to, show up for ourselves. And sometimes it's hard. And life right now, it is difficult. So I feel some of you, you're taking back your power and seeing what you're capable of during difficult times. And I feel with that Tower energy, it's almost like, how can I put it? It's almost like you're rebuilding your empire, or you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. So some of you, for example, you may hear some sudden news in your work environment. You may hear the sudden merge, or, there may even be sudden redundancies, for example, in your working environment. And you may be like, okay, I can see what's going on here, okay? So rather than be the next in line for whatever is going on here, I'm going to take back the power, and I'm going to put my resume out there, and I'm going to find new opportunities. So with the Page of Wands there, this is about taking control. It's about having a new focus. It's about being bold and daring, shifting your perspective, and putting yourself on your prosperity path, but also on your true life's purpose and mission. So if you're seeing things that are changing in your current circumstances and you feel that you are not happy with those things, I definitely see that this shift, you're aware, you're awakened to it, and you're doing something about it. Some of you, I get this energy that you've been given a bit of a pause or a halt in your life right now for a reason, and that is to tap into your vision, into clear thinking and seeing things below the surface, or seeing things as they truly are, and other people are not even aware of it right now. So for some of you, it could be that there are some changes going on in your neighborhood, maybe a construction of some sort that brings like lots of business or infrastructure into your environment, which is great. But at the same time, you moved there because you wanted peace, you wanted quiet, you wanted to be with nature. And then suddenly there's like a big factory going up, or there is going to be like lots of traffic coming in and it disturbs your peace. So some of you are like, okay, this is not what I signed up for. So you may be looking at new neighborhoods to move into, or trying to relocate. So I feel like you're just looking at what basically is disturbing your peace, or is kind of like shifting or changing around you right now, so that you can be ahead of the change, so that you can put yourself in a position to actually enjoy the good life, is what I'm seeing there. Also with the Tower, I feel some of you with the Ten of Swords, you are acutely aware of something that you need to cut out of your life. Okay, some of you, if you have had fluctuating emotions or fluctuating hormones, or you've just been feeling a little bit lethargic or bloated or off, I feel like you're identifying something that has been causing those things. So this could be that you're having a complete revamp or restructure of your diet or your schedule or your exercise routine, or maybe it's in like a friendship. Perhaps every time you see a certain person, maybe, you really got on with this person, but every time you see this person, now you feel that they are, bringing you down, or they're trying to knock your confidence, passive aggressive behavior, that sort of thing. I feel like you're the sort of person, my beautiful Pisces, you have such a beautiful, generous heart that if someone is struggling, you're always there for that person. But when you feel that you're the target of someone else's pain or suffering, or they're jealous of you, or they're just trying to chip away at your confidence, you're not about it. I feel like you're stepping away from this and protecting your energy. Because remember, the Tower can also be a protective energy. Okay, it can be that you're protecting your privacy. It can be that right now something is ending for you and you just want to be alone to process it. Some of you are feeling alone right now. Some of you are feeling a bit lonely. You may feel that friendships have changed, especially when you go through a spiritual awakening. That's tough. Some people feel that a spiritual awakening happens when you're sitting there having a moment of silence and you're like, oh, that's a really interesting and profound revelation. But actually, the biggest personal awakening is when you go through struggle, when you go through something really difficult and you're tested. And it is then, during those frustrating moments where everything seems like it's against you, that you have your biggest breakthrough. And I feel like you're going through your biggest breakthrough right now. And for some of you, if you are feeling a little bit lonely, or you're feeling a bit isolated because friendships have changed, or you're evolving away from something right now, remember, as we spiritually evolve, our friendship circles get smaller, okay? We become more discerning about the company that we keep. And with the Hierophant in the resistance position there, I feel some of you are bucking a trend. You're doing something differently. You're not following a crowd, okay? You're different. So you have different viewpoints now. You have different revelations, different ideas. You're seeing the world in a very different place than other people are seeing it. And it's almost like you're searching now for your soul tribe, okay? Some of you may actually join like a group of learning or a course of study, or you may join like a community group. And I feel like you're going to find your soul tribe. And I definitely see that there is change here. And I feel there are people that you're about to meet in the month of June. One person in particular is what I'm seeing, who will be a friend for life. And this person, it's really interesting because it's really good to spend time with people who have opposing views as well, because, we have to honor each other's differences and recognize that, we all think differently. We all see the world from a different perspective, and that's great, okay? Without that, the world will be a very dull and boring place if everybody thought the same, right? But also, we need to feel an affinity with people. So I feel right now, if you're searching for your soul tribe, or you're feeling a bit lonely, some of you could be feeling a little bit isolated, and it's hard to break out of a cycle of singledom, that you're looking for love. But remember, Venus is starting to reappear in the sky, which amplifies opportunity for love. And some of you are going to find love on a course of study. Maybe even study that was delayed, or a course of learning that you've been putting off there. I definitely see that some of you are meeting love. And I feel it's a destined relationship. It's a person you've been wishing for your whole life, is what I'm being given there. But ultimately, what I see here is that you are learning from challenging times, that you are a very strong person. You've been tested, and now you're liberating yourself out of that time period. And there is something brighter here for you, something more rewarding. And most importantly, I feel like you're reestablishing a connection to your sense of self and reigniting that lust for life, okay? Now we do have the inner teacher there. It's in the resistance position, and this is an indication that you are unique, and that is your superpower, okay? So I feel like you're not marching to the beat of anyone else's drum but yourself. But also I feel during testing times, sometimes our faith can waver. We can question faith. So I feel like you're reestablishing your faith because there is a breakthrough here, but I feel like you reestablish your faith before the breakthrough is what I'm seeing there. Also, I feel some of you may have had a certain expectation that you should have been a little bit further along on your path right now, or that something should have happened by now, but there has been nothing but delays. Well, you are going to see right at the end of June, I hate to say that it's at the end of June, but I do see it's like the very last couple of days of June, there is a major breakthrough here for you, and it's going to be very exciting. So if, for example, you are someone who has been out of work, perhaps you've been shocked, either been made redundant, or you've been just feeling a little bit in limbo right now, and you are searching for a new role to bring in finances because you've been tapping into your savings, there is an opportunity coming in, but I feel it's really at the end of June there for you. So you're going to have to hold out a little bit more, but I do see a breakthrough and a respite, and it's a dream job opportunity. It's something that you will be so glad you waited for, because I feel like the pay is right. I feel it's exciting. It's an opportunity for you to make a difference in the arena that you want to work in, okay? For some of you, if you've been waiting for love for your whole life, I feel like there is a spark, chemistry between you and someone new that's coming into your life. This person is a little bit younger than you, but they have a lot of experience. And what I mean by that is this person, they're an old soul. They have had experiences in their life that made them mature. So I feel this person knows what they want in a high-level commitment, and I do see that you and this person could get married in the future. It's not going to be too fast. It's going to be a nice slow-paced relationship, but you're building a solid foundation. You're not rushing into anything. So if you're looking for love, there's definitely love available for you. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I want you to be aware age is but a number, okay? So when love is about to find you, it will find you. So if you're vibing at a frequency of wanting love, I definitely see it's available to you, because you're being delivered a wish here, okay? I'm being given that you're being delivered more than one, but you're being delivered a wish here in the month of June, but I feel it's towards the end of June there for you. Now, also, this is a card that indicates you tapping into learning. So some of you may launch a course of study. Maybe it's something online. Maybe it's something that you don't even have to pay for, because, a platform like YouTube, for example, has a lot of opportunity for you to just type in something that you want to know about. And there's loads of videos out there of how to do something. So I feel some of you are tapping into more wisdom, more knowledge, upskilling in some way. But also this is about knowing yourself. What makes you happy? What makes you tick? What is your bliss? Okay, so I feel like you're listening to your inner voice there. That card, along with the Knight of Cups, is you following your heart and attracting things that are resonating with your heart right now. What makes you truly happy? Where does your heart really belong? I feel like you're doing a lot of visualization as well, and you're going to notice that your thoughts are becoming things. So a lot of you are trying really hard, because you have so many swords in your reading for June. So it means you're very cerebral this month. You're having a lot on your mind, but you're utilizing the power of your thoughts to affect your future. But also, I feel a lot of you are learning to be present, okay? To find that level of presence that brings harmony and peace in this moment. Because we can't live in the past. We can't live in the future. The only gift we have right now is the present moment. So I feel like you're tapping into that right now as well. Now, also, a lot of you have a lot of experience and knowledge in a certain sector. You have a niche, I'm being told. You have a niche. And whatever that niche is, some of you may build a course of learning to do with that niche, and you may offer it up to the collective and, put it out there and bring in some more money based on your experiences. For some of you, this could be that you're writing a book about it, or you're putting that course of learning online, or creating videos about it. But I feel something based on your beliefs and your wisdom is being offered up. And because there's this energy of being in service in some way, I feel if this is a business that you're setting up or thinking about launching, because it feels like something you've been thinking about for some time, ruminating on and waiting for the right moment to launch it. Well, I feel you won't really launch it until June, July time, but I feel this thoughtful process that you're in the month of June really helps you get things straight, organized, and be ready to launch it. So we also have the Hangman here. So I feel a lot of you are looking at new perspectives in your life in order to gain new wisdom this month, but also to affect change. And I feel there has been a bit of a period of inaction. You've been really busy, don't get me wrong, but things showing up for you, it feels like things have been on pause. But now I feel new opportunities have been given the space and the breath to materialize for you. Because sometimes when we do life and we pressure it and we say, we really want this, I just, I must have it, we actually put too much pressure on it. And I'm being given an energy of that we are conductors for energy, almost like a bit of a battery, right? We come with all this energy, but also we must have a positive and a negative kind of balancing energy. So whenever we are trying to manifest, we cannot overthink it, we cannot force it, we cannot put too much energy into it. As I always say, don't be an overgiver. It's about regulating how you feel about things and saying, that would be amazing, I would love that, and really putting the energy into it in that moment, and then relax. Let it go. It's out there. The order is out there into the universe, and the universe picks up that order and says, okay, coming up. And when the right moment is to deliver, it will be delivered. Because if we're always thinking about it and crushing it, remember, every time we have a thought, it's the same thing we want, but we think about it differently in each moment. So think of it as an order, cosmic ordering. And I'm saying this because you've got the star energy, which is about your wishes. And of course, your 11th house is influencing you this month. So for example, if you want something, really write down and get clear what it is you want. So it's on paper. You've committed it with pen to paper, and then say it out loud to the universe. Feel it in your heart, and then tuck that little piece of paper away somewhere safe and watch it be offered to you when the time is right, because it's an order. But if you think about something you want and think, you know what, I really would love a dream job opportunity that pays so much money and makes me feel fulfilled. The universe says, okay, coming up. Then the next day you're like, you know what, I really want that job in construction. It'll be really awesome. And, I actually want to be the manager in that. I want a role that makes sure I have great status and I can afford to buy a car and all of these things. Well, it's the same thing you want, but the order is different. Now there's different sets of variables. So the universe is like, oh, I'm about to deliver this order, but now there's different variables. Let me take this order back to the cosmic kitchen and let me prep the additions to the order. So I feel like you're really getting clear about what it is that you want. So some of you are really connecting to the secret or the law of attraction this month because of that 11th house. Something you've been waiting for, you're learning about divine timing, and it's showing up for you. That Knight of Cups indicates that you're revitalizing your spirits, but also I feel like your energy changes mid-month, and you're going to have a lot more energy, a lot more drive, a lot more passion. So even though you're exhausted, the Tower in your protagonist energy means you are like deconstructing your life to rebuild it stronger. You're doing something different. You're changing things, and you may shock some people, but you're living your life in the most authentic fashion, okay? But difficult times are coming to an end, and I feel like you're opening yourself up to receive now. Also, the Knight of Cups indicates you are looking at what you put into your cup of life, okay? Which means, it's all about love, care, devotion, balance, harmony, showing up for yourself. And you may be sorting through things that perhaps have been in that cup and have been hindering your process. Things like the inner critic, for example, or self-loathing sometimes. Not always, not everybody experiences that, but sometimes people in general go through moments of self-loathing or moments of self-sabotage or moments of procrastination. So I feel like you're looking in that cup and seeing what's in there and flinging out anything that doesn't deserve to be in that cup in the month of June, so that you can really get straight and clear about, the path that you're on and living the best life for you. Now, I am getting an energy that some news or some documents or some project or something that you've been manifesting that has been delayed, it is starting to come clear for you and come good for you. I definitely see that there is a change in your fortune here. And this card indicates the end of the month is a very inspiring time for you. I definitely see that lots of new ideas. A lot of you are stepping into a new phase of life. And that's why things are crumbling away, things are ending for you, things are not going the way that you hope for in certain areas because there is a better way, or there are better opportunities or more healthier energy available to you to tap into at this time. So friendships crumbling away that are toxic, or, experiences or even environments crumbling away that are not good for you anymore. This is about opening up to the new, but it's also a renewal of faith and a renewal of hope that something is being aligned here for you. But also, I feel some of you, there is interesting. If you're in a career, for example, I see a new opportunity. It may feel like a promotion, but it's actually like, it's almost like I feel like it's a sidestep to another department, or perhaps a new project, for example. And I feel like some of you may feel like it's not the direction that you kind of want to head in. So I feel like you may be putting your feelers out for new opportunities, but there is a new opportunity coming in that is really exciting, and you're going to take that one. For some of you, this could be that you are having some major lifestyle changes. So you may be moving environments, or you may be actually something that you'd had put on hold that you want to affect in your life. Suddenly you're just doing it. It's happening, and it's happening at the end of June there. And it's actually going to be everything that you wish for in the end. Now, some of you, I feel there's recognition and reward for something that you've been doing. There's a success energy coming through here for you right now. So there's an achievement, a victory, a reward at the end of the month. Something you've been working really hard towards doing is going to turn out well for you, and you're going to really celebrate yourself and be proud of yourself that you really did a job well done despite the circumstances, because I see it's really tough right now. But also I'm getting an energy here of like identifying something that has been worrying you and realizing actually there was nothing to worry about, because you got the Nine of Swords here as well. And this is a card of feeling haunted either by the past or by something being on your mind, perhaps, that you've been worried about. So you may actually go to see about it or identify what it is and realize actually there's nothing to worry about. Because the Two of Swords, it's an energy of stalemate or something that has kind of come to a stop in some way in order to give you an opportunity to reflect. So this month, a very cerebral month about reflecting on your progress. And we've got that Page of Wands there, which is very exciting, which means suddenly there's new energy, new projects, new exciting opportunity, news that puts a spring in your step and helps you find your purpose or be back in the flow. And, your ideas and dreams, they have value because they're coming to light and they're starting to happen. And you're going to start to see results of everything that you've been working hard towards, okay? Now, also, some of you, I feel like you are going to be a little bit busy trying to be very productive to get everything done before you take a vacation or go on an adventure. So there may be some sort of release at the end of the month there for you to sort of kick back, relax, and it's almost like a refresh of energy where when you take a step back from everything, you get clarity, you can see things truly as they are, and then you can sort of get back in the mix when you return. But I also want to really tap into this sense that some of you have a lot on your mind and it's affecting your sleeping patterns. So when you are about to fall asleep, I get this energy that suddenly all the thoughts are flooding in of all the things that perhaps you feel are missing from your life right now. That's the energy that I've got coming out. It may not resonate with everyone, but it's coming out there, so I have to address it. I feel there's an energy, and I will pull a card on it. There's an energy here of turning your thoughts around and tapping into all that you want to be in your life. The life that you aspire to. And when you do that, your mind and your brain, it's incredible. It's a supercomputer. It taps into the vibration of what it is you want to experience in life. And it sets you on a path to experience that. It almost starts to reflect back to you the life that you desire just by the thoughts you have. So I feel some of you, especially when you're about to fall asleep, I feel like you're going to tap into that vibration of what it is that you want rather than have the conversations and unpick the day or the month or the year or decades ago, rather than think about all the things that didn't go well or didn't go right in your past or in that day in particular, I feel like you're actually being more positive and going, you know what, this is the life that I aspire to. You're visualizing yourself living that life. You're going to see change happen quite quickly, actually, in your life and connect you to the things that you really want, okay? Pages bring news. So I want you to be aware there is some really awesome news at the end of June for you, but it's something you've been waiting for, is what I see. Can you please clarify for my beautiful Pisces? The Hierophant, Ace of Cups. Okay, now some of you, if you are due to get married this month, I feel some of you may be opening yourself up to some very profound philosophical thoughts about love, about long-term commitment, and, you know, it's almost like pre-wedding jitters is what I see here. There's nothing to worry about. There's so much love from this person and you're going to have a wonderful life. I feel, you know, nothing is going to change. So some of you may be feeling like, do people change when they get married? Well, sometimes, yes. But I feel the person that you're with, I feel this person, it's a commitment for life if you're getting married. And I also feel there may be, I don't like to give this message, but there may be something that you have booked for this wedding that will be delayed, okay? But actually, I feel it will show up on the day, okay? Something that perhaps, it's almost like people will work overtime to make sure that you get whatever it is that you want. So there's nothing to worry about, okay? And it's not detrimental to your day is what I'm seeing there, okay? But also the Hierophant and the Ace of Cups, it means that you're learning that you are a gift. You're learning about emotional care. Sometimes we are sent a pause on purpose so that we can reflect on how we can show up for ourselves and do at least one thing for ourselves every day to, you know, almost like romance our life. Because I feel that's something that perhaps you feel has been missing, because we've been going through such a very testing time over the last couple of years. Everything has changed. Our perspective on things have changed. It's almost like we've been given a rude awakening over the last couple of years. And suddenly it's like now we're starting to thaw out or starting to decompress of everything that we've been going through. It's almost like you've been going through a period in life where you're in fight or flight mode. And now you're starting to really like see things as they truly are and go, what the F just happened? And you're trying to just get back in the flow. And I see here that you're trying to reconnect to things that feel good, that reignite that lust for life and, you know, really romance your life, okay? And you are the perfect sign to try and romance your life. See the beauty in the everyday. And I mean, this literally also means that some of you are about to meet the love of your life and you'll marry this person. There's a spark between you and someone, chemistry coming through. But ultimately, this is about you living your passions, falling in love with your life and connecting to things that feel adventurous, that feel new, exciting. So I feel in order to embrace the new, we have to deconstruct the old. And I definitely see that you're in a period of like demolition in your life a little bit where you're going, okay, you know what? I used to love that, but not so much anymore. That doesn't deserve a place. Maybe going through some decluttering processes, as I said, in your home space as well. It just feels like you want fresh, you want new, and there's a bold new adventure available to you as you move from June into July. But I feel like you're working up to this change, and when you're in the midst of change, it can feel really chaotic, okay? But I feel like it's almost like you're bringing the storm. You're in the eye of it. You're commanding change in your life. And it can feel like you don't know how it's going to work out. And that can feel unsettling, make you feel a little bit like confused, maybe almost in limbo. But when these changes are affected and everything settles down, it's going to be the best thing you ever did for yourself. And I really feel that your future self is going to thank you, okay? Back to life. Look at that. That energy that just came out just at the end there, pleasure and futuristic. So yeah, it's really like tapping into this profound energy that you're kind of like processing in the month of June. This is the third deck, which gives me the same energy of what I've been feeling in your reading. Back to life, reigniting that lust for life. It says resurrected. Now this could be a relationship or a situation. It says unresolved issues, tying up loose ends, and unfinished business. Okay, so basically this is processing things to let them go, to get closure in order to see your reality and transform. I mean, this figure has a snake on top of a staff there, and snakes are all about transformation, shedding old skin. Okay, and this can like manifest through very different things. It could be moving away from a thought process that perhaps has been, debilitating you in some way. The inner critic, for example. It could be that you're noticing when you're about to do something really great for yourself, suddenly the doubts flow in. So I feel like you're nipping it in the bud and saying, no, I'm not allowing the inner critic to win today. For some of you, it could be that you're stepping away from a toxic situation or even a food substance or a way of life that you feel just is not enhancing your progress. We've also got pleasure. Very important. We must balance all things. So it says here, allowing yourself to have pleasure or have fun. Chemistry with someone, hello, that's definitely there for you. And doing something pleasurable. So this is about finding fun in the moment, reigniting, as I said, that lust for life, and really getting back to life, getting out there and enjoying yourself. But also, I feel for some of you, if you're looking for a job, it's like getting back into the work environment. If you've been on maternity leave or paternity leave, it could be that you're getting back into the flow of things. Or if you're retiring, for example, it could be that you're getting back into the flow of life. You're getting back to life. Now your life and your time is completely yours, and the world is your oyster, and you can, embark on any adventure you deem possible with your resources, but also where your heart truly yearns to be. And finally, we've got futuristic. So it says here, a futuristic view of the world, modern and unique ideas ahead of your time. You're a maverick. As I said, you're bucking a trend here. And I really feel that everything that you are going through in the month of June, your future self is actually thanking you for making these changes. You're showing up for yourself today. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we've only got one. Interesting, we got the horse rune. Now, Cancerian also got the horse rune, so there is a through line with the water signs at the moment that you're making progress. And even though it may feel like you're at a standstill, things are about to get faster for you and things are going to be moving in the right direction. Trust the process. This also indicates that there are future changes ahead, and sometimes we are asked to slow down so that we can match the vibration of the future changes. Remember what I said about me being on the train. There is a reason for everything. So I feel like you are going to become acutely aware of what the reason is that you've been feeling stuck or stagnant, or these radical changes are going on. Interesting, I normally put the trinket or the rune in the center, but they very much want me to put it on the Page of Wands, which means things are about to get very interesting in your life. And I feel adventure is afoot here. And if you are taking a vacation, you're going to have a wonderful time. Maybe a few delays there, but I feel they're not going to impede on your journey too much is what I see there. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. That was very complex. I didn't expect it to go there, but perhaps these are thoughts that are on your mind right now, my beautiful Pisces. So I hope it does resonate with someone out there. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. That's the notifications bell, and that will let you know whenever I'm active on YouTube and uploading those videos. So thank you so much, and love and light.